Let's get started with an overview of the user interface. Beginning with the Setup menu on the left, we have options for Setup, Data Sources, Job Steps, Jobs, and Warehouse. Under the Setup tab, you'll find the Configuration option. This is where you can configure the SMTP server for sending emails, job notifications, user invites, and user password resets. For the system host name, you're going to enter the server that the product is located on. This information will be included in user invite emails so that they can set up their first password. The time limit field controls how long the user invite email is valid for. You can increase or decrease this value based on your company's requirements. For ETL job default settings, this section manages parameters for ETL job steps, which handle data transformations between databases. You can choose to include error or debug logs and force the job to complete all steps. The Include Logs option allows you to send logs along with the email status or just for exceptions. You can also assign separate email addresses for different types of notifications. In addition, you can set your log retention period to 30, 60, or 90 days, 1 year, or indefinitely. You also have the option to manually purge logs when necessary. For ETL-Specific settings, you can configure the commit frequency, whether to use batch mode, and the logging level for ETL steps. At the bottom, we have the password policy settings. By default, during registration, users must have at least one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, and one number in their password. You can add further requirements, like special characters, and specify which special characters are allowed. You can also set the password reset interval to a value such as every 90 days. Under Miscellaneous Properties, you can enable the option to display the server name in the About section. If enabled, the server name will be displayed, helping you track different environments such as development, QA, or production environments. In the Update Password section, you can change your password by entering the current one and confirming the new one twice. License Manager is a deprecated section, so you can ignore it for now. Under Manage Users, you can see all users in both accounts. Each user is independent, so users do not have access to other accounts unless granted permissions. You'll also see each user's last login time and their assigned role. In Manage Roles, there are different role types such as Admin, Reader, and Restricted. You can modify these roles or create custom roles. To create a custom role, you provide a role name, such as End User, and select specific permissions for Read, Write, or Run. Permissions are broken down by application properties, allowing you to control what each user can access. For example, an end user might only have read permissions and not be allowed to adjust configurations or manage other users. LDAP configuration is where you set up LDAP information. Here, you align the system with your LDAP server by providing the URL, base, bind in, bind password, and other relevant details. You can also configure the user search criteria and search filter based on your organization's needs. You can test your authentication by entering a username and password and then running the test. Template Wizard is used to update templates when there's an update to your data source templates. You can add or remove template versions here, but you'll only need to do this if recommended by the support team. Let's take the CSV writer as an example. If you want to update the version, you'll go into your Tomcat directory. Next, go to the Install, Public, Data Source, JDBC folder. Select the new file version from the available list, click Open, and click Upload. Once the file is uploaded, the newest version will be available in your UI.